So if you want to date around, swipe dating apps is a good year for you to
Swipe dating
try.
apps. I'm about to find my fine later today, guys. Chinese metaphysics, the traditional belief systems of long-preserved practices like feng shui, BaZi, and more. More commonly, feng shui is something a lot of us grew up hearing about, from our parents, grandparents, or whenever someone blamed bad luck on furniture placement. But for Gen Zs, we're more used to Google, data, and proof. I'm your host Chloe, and I'll be asking, do these traditional arts still make sense in a modern digital life? Today, I'm speaking with Master Sean, a Chinese metaphysics and feng shui practitioner, to understand what truly lies beyond these beliefs, beyond superstition. Hi Sean!
Hello, my name's Sean. I'm a Chinese metaphysics practitioner. Some call me a feng shui master, some call me a fortune teller, but you can call me whatever you want.
Oh well, let's begin with the interview then.
Okay.
Okay, so Sean, could you briefly share about what you're doing and how long you've been practicing?
So Chinese metaphysics is also known as the five arts. The branch that I perform is 面相卜, meaning those that have to do with fortune telling, astrology, and divination. So I specialize in BaZi, 紫微斗数 and 奇门遁甲, and a bit of feng shui. I've been practicing for around 12 to 14 years already. Initially, there were a lot of skeptics. People were like, "Oh, you're so young. Do you know what you're doing?" But it's been 10 years after all, so it worked out pretty okay.
So what first led you to choose this path or profession?
To be honest, I never expected myself to end up doing this. I had a more difficult start to life, and I just wanted to find out why. So I sought solace from religion, wherever I could find at that point in my life. And I just eventually turned to philosophy and then eventually Chinese metaphysics and astrology. So it's more than just a career to me.
What kind of people usually come to you and what are they usually looking for?
All sorts. I think people usually approach practitioners when they hit a road bump in their lives. Be that as it may, although the demographic is very different, you tend to realize everyone is bothered by the same things and they want the same things. So it's always about, love, career, money, health, whatever normal human being, is usually concerned about.
Okay, those are some great answers, but let's talk about some more interesting things and head to somewhere quieter.
Yeah. There's a open air karaoke bridge where the cool old people hang out, so you can hit there.
Where the cool old people, I guess we'll be part of the cool old people lah. Let's go guys, let's go. Okay, so now that we are sitting in a quieter area, I heard that you mentioned something called BaZi or something. Can you tell me more about that?
So BaZi is also known as the 4 pillars of destiny. If you peel off the layers, it's actually just a timekeeping system. And the reason why it can be used as a so-called fortune-telling method is because our ancestors believed that our lives will parallel nature's laws. I can show you how it works, maybe teach you a thing or two, so that you can at least survive the Chinese New Year period and ignore the zodiac forecast.
Survive the Chinese New Year?
Okay, so basically, this is a BaZi chart, and this is yours. So these 8 characters here are your natal chart. This is your year pillar, you are born in the year of the fire dog. This is the month pillar, you are born during spring, the day pillar, and then the hour pillar. So out of the 8 characters, this particular character here represents you. You are a Yin metal Xing Jing, born during springtime.
I am an Yin metal.
Yin metal. So this is what we call your day master. In BaZi there are the 10 elements, 金木水火土, and then each has its own yin and yang polarity. So that makes the 10 heavenly stems. And then there are the 12 earthly branches. A lot of people are intimidated by it because Chinese characters and they don't know what they symbolize. But at the end of the day, just remember it's a timekeeping system.
Okay, so down to the deeper questions. Can I ask about my love forecast?
Yeah, of course. For females, when we want to forecast your love life, we look at the spouse element, which in your case is called 正官. And then we also look at the 地支, the day branch, which is the 夫妻宫. So basically, 2026 being a 丙午 year, it involves your spouse element, which is 丙火正官, and it also involves your 桃花地支, which is 午 fire, representing the horse zodiac. So it just means 2026 is a very good year for romance to blossom, especially when you're already looking. So if you want to date around, swipe dating apps, it's a good year for you to
Swipe dating
try,
apps. I'm about to
yeah.
find my fine later today, guys. Okay, so where have you brought us to?
This is my co-working space somewhere in Chinatown. So when my clients need a face-to-face reading, I'll meet them here.
What do young people usually misunderstand about your work?
I get a lot of questions like, are you psychic? Do you talk to the dead? I mean, some of them will ask you if I can communicate with pets and stuff.
What has been the stupidest question that someone has asked you on your reading?
Do I need to work hard to be rich?
What was your answer to that question?
What do you think?
What do you think about like the industry as a whole?
I have to start off by saying that I'm a bit of a controversial figure in the industry because I think other practitioners will see me as a bit of a troublemaker. People will know me as the practitioner that doesn't believe in feng shui items. So I think those practices are preying on the superstition and vulnerabilities of, the masses. If you really go into the philosophy of, Chinese metaphysics and astrology, our ancestors have always encouraged personal cultivation and self-awareness as the only way to transcend your chart and alter fate. And one quote that has always guided me is, the astrologer's purpose is not entertainment or fortune telling, it is to show people how to live effectively. And that has always been my guiding light in this career.
Last question. What do you hope young people would take away from your work, even if they don't fully believe in it?
I guess I would love to remind everyone that, again, this is our history and our culture. But of course, along the way, modernization has sort of bastardized a bit. It has become very commercialized, and incumbent practitioners have even weaponized it and preyed on, people using their fears and insecurities. I would like to take this opportunity to, let the younger generation know that there is a lot of wisdom behind these ancient philosophies and ancient ways of looking at the world that is still relevant today.
So that was a really interesting experience. I actually learned a lot, and even though I wasn't really a believer of all of these traditions previously, I did find quite really valuable learning points from this whole thing. But then again, maybe these traditions aren't just about blind faith, but understanding and improving yourself a bit better. Thanks so much for having the interview today with us, Sean.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And that is it for Asking the Ancients. Bye-bye!